Hello, everyone, and welcome to round 7 of the Collegiate Chess League Spring 2023 season. This is the last round of the regular season. This is what's going to determine the playoff standings for the postseason. So, these are some very key matchups. These are the last matches for some of these teams, and these teams are definitely trying to fight for these playoff spots. So, we've got University of Virginia and University of Michigan in Division 1 right now. So let's show you guys those games. All right, here we've got Ben Lee up against Spicy Indian Swag. Everyone is losing their minds right now over these chess games. This is round 1 out of 4. Virginia and Michigan, two of the most heated rivalries in all of college sports. I think Virginia is called the Cavaliers, and they lost in basketball apparently. Michigan, the Wolverines. I don't know if they're in the bracket or not. Are they in March Madness still? I don't know. Somebody's gonna have to tell me. Um, man, I see this emote chat is being bombarded on chess.com. Yeah, so even the fans on chess.com are going crazy. Uh, Grudge match, absolutely. Um, Yeah, well, Papa Pizza, we watched University of Michigan play yesterday. If you missed it, how dare you, first off. But secondly, they lost to Yale University in overtime. They were leading initially after the first round. Yale tied it up and kept it tied until the fourth round, where a tie then led to, um, well, round 5, which is where Yale took over and they actually swept the Michigan team. But Ben played very well. He he won against Grandmaster Nicholas Cheka. So the Yaleys lack gumption. Is that so? The Bulldogs. All right, let's check on some of the other games we've got going on here. Here we've got Alex Gian versus Chessically Inclined. This is Jason Moorfield, FIDE Master from Virginia, top player from Virginia. Um, yeah, playing against Alex Gian, who's 24-22. So it looks like Alex is the bottom board today. And here we've got Virginia's board 2. Owen McCoy, National Master, up against Kevin Haas, who is a club leader at University of Michigan. Was the board 4 yesterday, but maybe has gained some rating since and is up to board 2 now. And the last match that we haven't looked at yet, we've got DeHaro versus Healthy Bricks, who is Evan Ling at 2,500, National Master from Michigan. DeHaro is Brandon, I believe, board 3 for Virginia. So yeah, just barely board 3. All right. So sticking to top board here, Ben. He's got a well, his opponent has the double bishop pair. This is a very annoying piece here. So Ben's got this beautiful knight. E4 might be an option. Might not be a good option, but it's something. Maybe you would sacrifice the bishop, get the queen in. I don't know. Maybe not. But maybe if you have a pawn on e4 and they take, and you sack, and they take, and you take, and this pawn's still here, we could play here and threaten some mate attacks. Maybe. I have no idea. But Spicy Indian Swag, that's Maheen thinking about it, perhaps. Maybe not thinking about it. I don't know. This rook is very passive. This knight and queen both putting pressure on c3. But yeah, the knight isn't doing much besides that. Maybe you can go back at some point, but the queen isn't doing much either over here. Very annoying center for Ben, but Maheen is now under a minute. Decides for bishop e5, blocking this rook. This pawn could push, kick the pawn out, or the bishop out, but maybe that's what Maheen wants. All right, let's check in with Jason. Jason with the black pieces. Looks like we have a bishop trade. It's been accepted. White's grabbing a pawn. Black can attack the queen, but that would drop another pawn. Also threatening knight takes with a fork, perhaps. That could lead to a rook trade. Queen defends here. Jason's down a little bit on time, but both players are getting low. We have a result. Kevin just beat Owen. So yeah, you called it, White Noise. There was a time disparity between these two players. Right around here, Kevin was picking up the pace, and Owen was losing time. Under a minute at this point. Trade the bishops. Some gnarly checks. Winning a pawn. Getting the queen over. Check and mate. Wow. So National Master Owen goes down to Kevin. Speaking of time pressure, we have the hero Brandon also in time pressure here. Let's give Kevin his point. What's going on here? Yeah, black is infiltrating. Apologies. Okay, why is this not mate? Oh, the rook is there. Okay. Yeah, very tight position. This knight is guarding the checkmate. 2 seconds for Brandon. 1 second. Couldn't find a move. Healthy brick gets a point. So that is Evan. So Michigan getting some points on the board. How's Jason doing still? It looks like it's an even position. White does have the outside pass pawn. Maybe that'll be helpful later. Can kick that knight out. The knight is defending the pawn. 15 seconds for Jason. Jason steps the queen up, defending the pawn further, defending the knight. Knight gets kicked. Knight's gonna have to go backwards. The pawn stopped by the queen. Rook maybe going to go to d6. So the knight opens up, threatening a trade. Also, the knight could find a new home using these pawns as an outpost. Let's check in with Papa Pizza. So let's see, doubling the rooks here. Queen takes d4, that pins the rook. So we did see a sacrifice on h6. 1 second. Maheen can't find a move on time. Ben gets a win. That's the second flag we've seen. And Michigan's off to a 3-0 start. Can Jason avoid the sweep? Or is Virginia going to get swept? The knight's hit. Both sides less than 15 seconds. White apparently missed an idea. The move a6 was winning. a6 is still winning. a6 is played. Jason, less than 10 seconds. Threatening checkmate. Queen comes back. Rook a8. 2 seconds. Brings the queen over. Pressure on the knight. Pawn gets pushed. And now the knight defends. Queen takes. Defending here. Queen d5. Missed. Rook takes a7. Missed. Oh my goodness. The tactics were there. Queen comes back. Queen comes up. Attacking the knight again. Rook no, there's no rook a7 now because the rook's defended. King steps up. This king steps up. Pawn push. Pawn kicks the knight out. Queen up. Now rook a7 again. Rook a7. Or look at all these checks. Queen takes. Uh-oh. Threatening the h-pawn. Queen offering a trade. Defending the pawn. Still less than 10 seconds for both sides. The knight wants to come here and does so with tempo. Threatening mate on g2. Queen has to come here or here. 2 seconds. 1 second. Alex defends, but the pawn drops. There goes the rook. All right, Jason wins. Wow. Avoiding the sweep, getting a point on the board for Virginia. Absolutely wild game. That was like a coin flip. Gotta do those puzzle rushes. There were some things missed, but severe time pressure definitely was a factor there. But hey, that's Michigan's lowest rated player, so putting up a heck of a fight against Virginia's top board. That doesn't bode well for the Virginia team. But we saw Michigan with a 3-1 lead in round 1 against Yale. But they lost that match. So is this the Michigan 3-1 curse? Or is Michigan going to hold on and win this time? We shall see. Virginia, they might have their hopes up knowing that Michigan has choked before, but this Virginia team is not a Yale team. The Yale team was definitely very strong. So this Michigan team might have a bit of a vengeance here today, trying to make up for yesterday's overtime defeat. So, yeah, we've got round 2 now underway. We've got Ben versus Brandon. And we have Jason versus Kevin. So Jason now with the white pieces. He's using the knights to attack the queen. He's attacking the pawn. You can go rook c1 with tempo. Knight over to b4. Slight pressure on a2. So now the a2 pawn is hanging after the queen dodges the rook check. Kevin has gained time, by the way, and has already castled. All right, queen to d2, attacking the knight, daring Kevin to take on a2. Saying, go ahead, take on a2. I'm going to play rook a1, and your knight's going to be trapped. So Kevin says, all right, I will defend my knight with a5, and then threaten your pawn. So now Jason kicks the knight out with the pawn a3, also defends a2. The knight goes back, and yeah, finds a new home. So white definitely has an advantage here. In fact, white can win this pawn on a5, apparently. It's only defended once. This knight blocking the rook. So can Jason get away with taking this pawn? When does SLU play Mizzou today? In like 12 minutes. So, and you can check on the NACE website as well. It has all the schedule times. So, yeah, I will be covering that match. After this one, no, this one got pushed back 30 minutes due to a haircut from the Michigan team. If you check out the rescheduling channel, it's yeah, the haircut gambit. So so yeah, this one got pushed back 30 minutes, and then I tried to ask if Mizzou and SLU would also like to push back 30 minutes, and they said no. So I have to decide in 12 minutes if I keep watching Michigan versus Virginia or if I watch SLU versus Mizzou. And I figure I'll probably make the switch. So, yeah, I don't think we'll watch the rest of this. Is that not a free knight right there? What was this? I guess there was nothing else black could have done after queen takes. So let's see. Jason does take the pawn. Has to give up the dark square bishop. Threatens mate. Gives up the rook. Oh, this is a nice tactic from Jason. Rook takes bishop to take the pawn with the fork. Rook in, queen takes, offering the trade. Good stuff. Good stuff from the FIDE master. A clean win, if I do say so myself. All right, let's check in on Ben. How's our boy Ben doing? Looks like Ben's in some pressure here. The knight's pinned, pawn takes, like pawns are hanging. This king is exposed. This king hasn't castled. That's a check. Bishop wants to come here. So the rook can't take. So the king takes, but the bishop comes in anyways. Computer, by the way, liked king h8 or king g7. Not the most natural of the moves. But yeah, bishop c4 and castle. Tell me what's wrong with that. Okay, computer likes bishop c4 check and then e4, which to me, I don't know. It's a little crazy. Oh man, yeah, I don't know why e4 is the best move here, because the bishop can just take that. By the way, oh, queen check bishop block. I don't know what's going on. All right, anyways, no. Bishop takes c4 and then rook. Wait, what? Rook c1. So weird. Stuff's so weird. All right, anyways. And what? Force the queen to a5. Maintain the pen. So the bishop's here. I guess if you go rook c1 right now, there's queen takes pawn. Then why not? You know what? I'm not gonna keep thinking about the eval right now. I'm just castling here. Just castle. No serious chess player has ever cared about haircut. I don't know, man. You gotta look good to play good, right? Okay. We do see castles. Now black can take here. Pawn takes, queen takes with check. But we do open up the rook. We have Evan versus Maheen. Opposite side castles. Black's got the open H file, trying to open the G file as well. So Maheen looks like they've got some spice. Some heat. White's rooks not as active as black's for sure. This bishop would love to come here, but not protected. All right, rook opposite the king. King b8, just get off the c file, get off the diagonal would be solid. Taking here, knight takes. A rook up, attacking here. Computer says queen f4 is really good. And it's been played. Wow, if the pawn takes, there's queen check, forking the king and the rook. So this pawn is pinned. And white's threatening a fork, getting out of this pin. So perhaps a mistake from Maheen. Evan, we didn't see play yesterday. We saw Justin playing. Yeah, Jason just won his game. Very smooth. Okay. Let's check on Owen versus Alex. We haven't seen this matchup yet. So Jason off to a 2-0 start. The CEO of chess. No, you're thinking of Danny Wrench. Probably. Rook e7, strong move. Computer loves white, so Owen's doing something right. He's threatening to win the queen with rook e8. Bishop guards the e square, e8 square. Specifically, rook e7 can still be played and perhaps should be played, threatening queen to e5 check, which would win the rook on d6. So I'm thinking a little rook g6 action, maybe. But who knows? Yeah, maybe there's like queen takes here. And then that doesn't look great. So I don't know. All right, queen here. Can we take this and then go queen check? That looks like a tactic. Tactic. Come on, Owen. Come on, you could do it. Easy peasy, my guy. I saw that in a split second. You're under a minute. He's taking his sweet time. He's calculating. He sees it. I mean, he sees it. There it is. You're not getting that past Owen McCoy, national master. I believe Owen is also, little fun fact, I think he was the Oregon State champion one year. Someone double check me on that. Hey, Gerber's in the chat. Welcome. Hello. All right, point for Owen. Owen's on the board. That actually ties up the score, folks. 3-3. Very impressive. Okay. 2 games left in this round. We've got spicy Indian swag and some severe time pressure. That looks like an exchange, no? Queen takes. So looking good for healthy brick, which is looking good for Michigan. Let's check on Ben versus Brandon. All right, looks like Ben is up in exchange, so that's always nice. Okay, attacking the defender of the D pawn. Okay, white has pushed, but this doesn't seem good. Doubled, yeah, no, this is gonna trade everything. No, gives up the queen. That's a fork. Rook here defends both. Check, and that's mate next. Ben getting the job done. Oh, hold on. Sorry. Okay, that's mate. So Ben gets to 2 out of 2, getting the lead back for Michigan, and healthy brick also with a win. This is checkmate. So regains the 2-point lead for Michigan. So it's 5-3. But yeah, I'm gonna watch SLU versus Mizzou. I don't know. What do you guys think? Am I crazy? I'm leaving this chess match early. Is Bach playing soon? Bach hype man. I'm gonna have to double check for you, but there's definitely a possibility. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna take a quick break and we'll be back with SLU versus Mizzou. Apologies to Virginia and Michigan. I blame you guys for scheduling your match 30 minutes early due to a haircut. So all right, sorry, I'm gonna be right back. All right, everyone, welcome back. We've got a big match here today. SLU versus Mizzou. This is the grand finale of the regular season. These are two of the top teams in their group. Let's check it out. They've just started. This is Division 1. We've got some playoff spots on the line. Here we've got Antipov versus Groovy Kettle. That is Robbie Kevlishvili from SLU. Antipov, top board, 2977. So yeah, coming in hot there. I have an eye on all the games going on. Oh my goodness, we've got Nicholas Theodoru at 3122 up against Josiah Stearman, international master from Mizzou. Josiah recently got his first GM norm, so he can definitely play at a GM level. But Theodoru, he's been a GM, and yeah, he's got the rating to show for it too. So, oh my goodness. Yeah. Okay. We've got Benjamin Bach against Harshit Raja. So SLU is definitely the favorite. They've got the rating advantage, but SLU also has the lowest rated player in this matchup. This is Chris Repka from Mizzou up against Talia, who is the fourth board from SLU, only at 2478. So who knows? I think SLU might have some stronger firepower, but Mizzou might be more well-rounded. So yeah, we'll see. This could be a close match. I'm not sure what's about to happen, but we're keeping an eye on all the games. I'm also keeping an eye on the UMich versus Virginia games as well. You're officially on spring break. Congrats. All right, so who do we watch? We could probably keep an eye on Bach for the fans, right? Bach is streaming, by the way. Shout out to Bach. Let me check that out actually. Papa Pizza is also streaming, by the way. Dude, Bach's got his chess.com hat on. All right. So Bach with the white pieces up against Raja. Big rivalry matchup here. Both schools from Missouri. St. Louis University, obviously, in St. Louis. And Mizzou at Columbia, Central Missouri. All right, I'm looking at the old rook d6 move, but you get sidestepped with the check. So there's bishop block. Queen c5, bishop block. Maybe there's knight d4 there. Because if bishop takes, there's queen takes, right? Doesn't that seem to be a thing? Blocks with the queen. So wants to keep pressure on f6. Offers a queen trade here. The knight blocks anyways. So the knight... Okay, exchange sacrifice. Bishop takes, threatening mate in 2. Don't give check and then take, because then you get your king forked. Discover double check. Yeah, I'm not sure why Bach isn't taking back right away. Bach has a significant time advantage, so perhaps why he's spending some time here. He's just double checking everything. All right, bishop takes again, threatening mate in 2. So what needs to be done? What needs to be done? A king move. White should also get off this diagonal. So we'll see. Let's check in with Antipov and Robbie. Looks like Robbie is actually winning. All right, that's called a checkmate. Did you see it? It was a little fast. Yeah, just queen in. I don't know, man. I don't know. Why not king? All right. Well, Robbie was just up a piece. Okay. Let's go back to. Oh, we have another result. Josiah loses to Theodoru. So the GMs for SLU getting the job done. Point for Nick and Robbie here. Let's check in with Talia. How's she doing against Repka? If she can win here, that would be huge for SLU. So let's look here, and it wants to move h4. Not played, and now rook takes apparently is -4 for black. Can you believe it? I'm not sure why that move is so strong. But this pawn is hanging. I don't know if taking here, I guess. Yeah, it's very surprising. It hates this move. But Chris hasn't spotted it yet. Hasn't played it yet. I mean, it's very likely, right? I mean, you could either take or take. Pawn push. Okay, discovery. But now it's saying everything's okay after queen d3. So, yeah. Wow, it's even saying bishop takes c8 is an interesting idea. All right, so queen moves, rook takes back. And now the rook is hit by the bishop. Very low time for Talia. Let's check in with Raja. He's also in time pressure. It's less than 30 seconds. Bach has a minute 40, but Raja is still up the exchange that Bach initially sacrificed on f6. Very strong knight, though. And up 2 pawns, so material is essentially balanced. White needs to clear the back rank. So it pushes a pawn, but the queen's covering that still. Rook wants to come here, I'd imagine. Knight hits the rook. Rook steps back. There's a check. Rook defends the pawn. All right. What's going on over here? Yeah, knights knights are on the edge for white, so not great. Bishop pair for Chris. Very strong bishop in the center. Oh. Wait, this allows rook takes e6. Bishop takes, rook takes, bishop takes. Queen takes here. Okay, sacking the exchange. King up. Forcing a queen trade. That's a fork, but you can trade first. But you're hitting this pawn as well. You're hitting this pawn. Knight goes back. Not taking here, interestingly. And now this pawn is pushing. So yeah, the knight putting the rook on a strong file to support this pawn. King over. Hit the bishop. Bishop comes back. Yeah, this king can't go. Okay, maybe a knight on e3. No. Just shuffling. Yeah, Chris is gonna convert this, I imagine. How's Bach and Raja doing? Okay. Strong knight, very strong knight for Bach. This queen is guarding. the dark squares, right? Because we're trying to checkmate. The rook's defending the pawn. Oh, the queen's offering a trade. Hold on. Queen e5. Queen e5 was missed. This queen was needed there. All right. Queen here, maybe? Then there's queen here. Queen here anyways. Yeah, everything's defended. Bach, both sides just so low on time. 3 seconds, 5 seconds, both under 10 seconds. Rook in, maybe going to go to g1, so the king guards that. Now these pawns are being attacked. Computer likes 97. That was missed. Mate threat, knight block, trade, rook takes. Knight here, mate threatened again, knight defending. King steps up. That's would still be mate, but okay. Rook leaves the second. Knight's coming in for check. King steps down. King steps over, guarding the square. The knight wants to come back this way for check. There's one check. Queen's to the back, but not threatening anything. Rook here, threatening mate. Knight blocks. Queen over, king up. There's a check. That check is guarded by the knight. King's defending this pawn. That's why that pawn move was made. If knight takes, rook check. There's one check. Back here, we're going to see a perpetual. You could block with the knight. You can get checked again. We might see that. All right, Raja and Bach draw. Chris beat Talia. So Chris and Raja getting the only points for Mizzou. Bach getting a half point. So 2.5 to 1.5 lead for Mizzou. How was St. Patty's Day? I didn't celebrate. I just forgot pretty much. I was streaming all day. I covered 5 CCL matches. Why does SLU have 2 PCL players? Because there's no limit on how many PCL players a CCL team can have. And they're just very talented players. So Mizzou has Oparin on a PCL team, I believe, but Oparin's not playing right now. But I'm sure when it gets to playoffs, Mizzou will try to field their best team. So yeah, all right, 2.5 to 1.5. It's a 1-point match here. And we've got round 2 now underway. Here's Theodoru versus Antipov. This is the top matchup here. Antipov lost in the first round to Robbie. So looking to get some points back here against SLU's top board. So all right, Theodoru with the white pieces. Looks like a Queen's Gambit declined. No, it's a Catalan open. Oh, Catalan opening closed. I don't know my openings very well, but all right. Anyways, both sides of castle, king side. Knight develops, bishop develops. Antipov needs to get the bishop out somewhere. Bishop a6, pretty common. Pretty common idea. Maybe a4. Is a4 a thing? Probably not. Give up control over b4. The e pawn is pinned. Maybe rook e1. What else? Computer likes knight e5, hitting the queen. Is Trilla still Mizzou coach? Yes. All right, a3. Antipop doubles. The chat in chess.com is popping off. Maybe I can do an announcement real quick. Let me see. I don't know if the announcement worked. Anyways. All right, what other games we got going on? We got Chris versus Bach. So we saw Chris. Chris had the only win for Mizzou against Talia. Bach had a draw. And yeah, what's going on here? Why can't we take... Oh, because it takes here. Okay, then take back. That makes sense. But aren't you still winning this A pawn? Is my question. And then I guess rook A3. And then the queen's trapped. Okay. Okay. I see you, Chris. Engine likes rook C8. Opposite the king makes a lot of sense. Castle's very, very natural move. And now bishop takes on c3 is a much stronger threat because bishop takes here no longer comes with check. So probably you want to take the knight now. Pawn takes opens the b file. Pawn attacks the bishop, so the bishop either comes back or trades, or you could sacrifice and hope that white plays here or something. But oh, even still, that looks pretty bad. Yeah, so the king would probably come here and be fine, and black would be down a piece for 2 pawns. But yeah, top move, bishop e7, next best takes here. Somehow c5 isn't that bad. So all right, bishop takes knight, rook takes, knight dives in. So light squared piece, bishop versus knight. Rook's got to move. Probably b3. If you go to e3, you're allowing queen in for a little bit, and then the f pawn falls. So probably don't want to do that. There is d3. There is takes here. This is a gambit, it seems. But what's wrong with that move? What is wrong with that move? Chris agrees with me, which is a bad sign. Queen down. Attacking the rook. Also attacking the d pawn. Okay, so rook goes to the c7 square. Bach is immediately putting pressure on the c file. Which, by the way, queen on a4 is threatening mate on c2 if the rook leaves the c file. It is defended by the bishop, but it's possible that black takes, white takes back, and then rook c8 is played. And then you can't move the bishop. You got to defend it, and then maybe your queen gets in some issues being overused. overworked. All right. Who do we check in now? We got Josiah versus Robbie. Looks like Robbie's doing great. Let's look at this game so far. What have we missed? Both knights coming in. Pawns pushing for white. Takes. So, up a pawn for white. Under a minute for Josiah. Knight takes on e4. Knight c7. Knight c7 should win an exchange. Or knight here hits the queen, hits the bishop. Yeah, computer didn't like this as much. Knight c7. What was wrong with knight c7? Okay, well. Computer's saying queen takes a2 now. So Josiah's getting a chance. He's taking. Trade off the knight for the bishop. Bishop c4 check it likes a lot. You gotta watch out for knight f2. You'd have to give up the exchange for that, unless you want to lose your queen, of course. But computer does like that. Okay, queen check instead. King in the corner. Now queen takes e4. Wow. Wow. Okay, and then queen takes on b3. Pawn takes. Queen here is gonna be annoying. Knight here. There's g takes h. Bishop pair for white. All right. Let's find some other games. He's sticking with Antipov versus Theodoru. Uh-oh. What's going on in this one? Take. So that's winning an exchange for Antipov. Sacking a knight. Winning the other rook. Oh my goodness. Wait, but he can't take on b2 because then black takes on f2. Wow. f4. Queen check. Oh my goodness. If you go to h1, there's knight f2 fork. And anywhere else you go, there's queen check. Queen f2. There's bishop g2. And then there's rook takes e2. Oh, wow. Antipov, man, he's just one move ahead. Hello to LOL. Thanks for the follow. Thanks. Wait, oh my god, he didn't do queen f2 check. He's going after the bishop. And now computer says white's completely crushing with the move f5. It's so not obvious. It's so not obvious. f5, it's been played. Where does the king go? Oh my god, Antipov, you missed queen f2, bishop g2, and rook takes e2. Just absolutely insane. 3 seconds now. Queen check. Queen h8. And you win the queen. Oh my gosh. Dude. It was completely winning for Antipov. He just completely misses queen f2. He puts the rook on the first rank instead of leaving it on the second. And looks like he's going to get checkmated here. Queen check. Yeah, that's it, man. Holy smokes. Theodoru steals the game. How's Raja doing? You're in playoffs. Well done, Pringle. So Theodore gets to 2. Man, Antipov needed that. This game looks like a draw, apparently. As crazy as that sounds. Josiah and Robbie drew. How's Chris doing against Bach? This might also be a draw. Josiah gets on the board. So it's 4-2 right now. Both players at 10 seconds or less. Lots of pawns here. Okay, Black's attacking them. Let's see. Black has a lot of pawns. It's a 5-on-3, which is interesting. H4 takes. White's getting in. I mean, this is surely just a draw, right? White can give some checks. Was there another game I'm missing? There's this one. Raja and Talia. Even pawns, even bishops and queens. Talia's down a little bit on time. White has a deeper passed pawn. Pushing the G pawn. Apparently bishop b7 was missed. Queen takes h2 was available. Okay, now bishop here, queen there, and now bishop f5 check was a thing. You could have forced the queen off, or the bishop off. Trade, check, king up. Queen takes h2, but now a7. Raj is promoting. Queen block? Oh, queen block was missed. Was that queen takes g3 is just a draw now. Now you block with the queen, but it's too late. I guess. I don't know. Too many checks. It's a draw. Should be a draw. How's this one? This one's also a draw, stalemate. Chris and Bach, stalemate. So 2 draws for Bach. Repka gets to 1.5. And looks like this one's going to be a draw too. Look at where this king has gotten to. Gonna be a draw soon. Probably. Block with queen. Queen f1. Queen d1. Block. All the checks. Queen d3! Blocking with check. It's winning for Raja. Huge blunder from Talia in time pressure. Oh my goodness. She realizes it. Oh no. What did she need here? She needed a non-check. Wow. She could push f5. She could play queen a5. She was in check mode, and Raja sets this up perfectly. Unbelievable. All right, so Raja actually brings it within 1, a huge point against SLU's 4th board. So they split that round 2-2. SLU's still up by 1. And now we have round 3 underway. Hello, Hakeem. Yeah, Benjamin is, I'm guessing, a grad student. SLU is very strong, but Mizzou is also strong. And Mizzou's still trying to win this match. So they're down by 1, but they've got 2 rounds remaining. Yeah, we got Raja, who swindled Talia there. To be fair, I think he missed a win earlier, but he gets the job done in the end. He fights on valiantly. Earns the point. Here, can we take on d4? Yes. And now we take on F5. We get our bishop trapped. What are these moves, man? What's the eval saying? Knight takes F5, pawn push, and now what's it want? It wants rook E1, dude. It wants rook E1. It also likes knight D2 somehow, or knight C3. I don't know. It's a crazy piece sacrifice. Instead goes A4, takes, queen out. Still likes knight C3. Also likes C takes B3. Triple isolating your pawns, I guess. When are the playoffs happening again? Next weekend. A week from today is the first week of playoffs for the wild card teams. Your team got second place. Very nice. Congrats. You guys automatically qualify for quarterfinals then, so you have next week off. Your A team got third. Well, they're still in playoffs. So, but they have to play next week and win to make it to quarterfinals. All right, we've got Bach versus Josiah. Bach with the white pieces. Bach still hasn't gotten his first win yet. Neither has Josiah. Bach has 2 draws. Josiah has 1. Josiah's already castled. Bach yet to castle. Might not end up castling, honestly. Yeah, it's just kind of an awkward position for Bach. $31.29. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Let's see. We've got Chris versus Robbie. And it's liking Chris's position. Feel bad for Antipop, dude. Antipop got absolutely swindled. With F5 check. Missing Queen F2. Yeah, he had Queen F2 and there's, I don't know. And that's a huge point swing. I mean, if he converts that, they're the ones that are leading by 1. So, but yeah, now he's playing the 4th board. He's still at 0 points. So is Talia, actually. But of course, Antipov is the favorite in this one, but you can't underestimate Talia. She almost had a draw against Raja and then got swindled. So, and that's a huge point as well, right? So, if that was held to a draw, SLU would be up by 2. It'd be 5-3. All right. Who do we watch, you guys? Who do we watch? There's just so much chess going on right now. Josiah and Bach. I see Bach Hype Man in the chess.com chat. Hello, Max. Max, you want to do a prediction? Who wins, SLU versus Mizzou? Rook here seems natural. Call me crazy. You do it on my phone? All right, I'll do it. That's fine. I still have to pay out the old prediction. All right. Who's winning from this point? We have SLU with the 1 point favorite after the first half. Man, Theodoro, 4.5 minutes left on the clock. Getting pieces forked. Unbelievable. How did we get here? This is what, a Roy Lopez? A piece sacrifice from Raja? Knight check. Yeah, and you have a mate threat on G2 and you have pawn takes C2 threat. You can't save both, so you save your king, but now you're gonna lose a queen or something. And just no time for Raja. Wow. Man, I guess Raja needs to go over this opening again because there were definitely some things that were missed. Right, black can get a queen now. I guess, I mean, it's like not even that close. You can make a queen. And you'd have two queens. So you're winning the knight and I mean, dude, this man just savage. Knight forking I mean, okay, check, just knight block. Queen block. Oh my god. Just the brutality, man. The brutality. Oh, Theodoro. Okay. I see you, dude. Checking back in with Bach and Josiah. Okay. Bach is under a minute, so Josiah is comfy. 3.5 minutes. Bach trying to trade queens. Rook's doubled. So Bach is up in exchange. But oh my goodness. Rook G1 blunders. Rook takes on F4. If pawn takes, you get checkmated. The tactic. And now, okay, rook here. Queen here. So I don't know. Josiah might be down in exchange, but he's absolutely cooking right now. And this pawn's going to fall. There's rook check. Anyways. Queen takes. Still threatening to check. King steps up. Let's check on Antipov again. Position is apparently even, but Talia's down 2 minutes. And let's check in with Chris and Robbie. It looks like Chris is winning. But how so? Takes. Yeah, it's just a free piece. All right. Oops. What is this? How did I get this game? Oh, because I'm watching Papa Pizza. That's funny. Okay. Sorry. Wait. Did I miss another game? Chris beat Robbie. Okay, Chris beat Robbie. Robbie resigned. Point for Chris. Keeping Mizzou within 1. So we have Bach versus Josiah here. Josiah's about to win. And we have Antipov versus Talia. And Antipov should win. Which actually would give Mizzou a lead going into the 4th round. So let's see. What's going on in this game? Apparently D3 is the only winning move for black. Josiah finds it. Rook check. King H7. If queen takes, there's rook here. 2 seconds. 1 second for Bach. He lifts the rook. Rook C2. And that's gonna do it. All right. So Josiah gets a huge win against Bach. Bach's still looking for his first win. Josiah gets his. That ties up the score. 5.5 to 5.5. Talia versus Antipov. Antipov still And Talia as well at 0 points. So what is going on here, folks? We've got queen and bishop lined up for Talia. Talia's got the white pieces. That diagonal gets shut down with g6. Trade of knights. Trade that. Queen takes. Queen has to block. No? Oh, the queen's defending that already. Okay. Rook here. That hurts. Bishop check. Queen in, threatening mate. Or something. That's a free piece. What happened, Antipov? Both sides in time pressure. Here, king needed to go to h8, apparently. So that wins a piece. But the rooks get doubled. There goes a pawn. Yeah, Antipov is just down a piece, man. Not Antipov's best showing, unfortunately. Rook takes a5. Both sides in time pressure, but Antipov has the worst of it. Rook offering a trade. Defending that pawn with the bishop. 3 seconds for Antipov. He's got the active king. The rook's coming in. Uh-oh. It says it's mate in 4 with rook d to e7. Missed. But okay. Rook check. The bishop's hanging, the rook is hanging. Rook comes back. Rook e d7 looked like it was slightly better. Mate in 4 again with rook d to e7. Oh my goodness gracious. Talia just blunders the rook. She's down in exchange now. Wow, she plays bishop b3 there, but there's no mate. Trade off the rook. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. Antipov. He's swindling. He's got the comeback. The bishop's trapped. Oh my god. Antipov was winning. Blunders a piece. Talia was winning. Blunders the rook. And yeah, Mizzou has their first lead of the match. So unfortunate for Talia. Time pressure getting the best of her. And Antipov gets on the board for his first point in round 3. Now we're down to round 4 here, folks. So yeah, this is huge. It all comes down to this. Let me check the standings. I believe SLU is undefeated. Yeah, they're 6-0. UChicago and Mizzou both have 1 loss. So Chicago lost to SLU and Mizzou lost to Chicago. But if Mizzou beats SLU, then we have a 3-way tie, 6-1. And then tie breaks will be determined by score. So, yeah. It'll be very interesting. How to tell the 2 teams that are tied for top 2 will get the bye? Well, both top 2 teams will get byes. But yeah, we'll have to figure out the tie breaks. After same score, what do forfeits count in tie breaks, and is head-to-head more important than cumulative? Head-to-head tie break is more important, but only in a 2-way tie. In a tie that's more than 2 ways, then you look at the cumulative score. How many wildcard slots are there? 4 teams per division get a bye into quarterfinals. But how many other teams will be added through wildcard? So there are 8 teams that play in the wildcard weekend. So half of those 8 teams will make it to quarterfinals to play those 4 that made it. you're good. Okay. All right, anyways. All right, fourth and final round here. We've got all four games going on. We've got Antipov versus Bach. So Antipov has had a rough match so far, but Bach as well only has 1 point. Theodoru has a perfect score, 3 for 3 right now, playing against Chris Repka now, the final boss from Mizzou. Can Theodoru sweep the Mizzou team? That would be very impressive. Takes a very talented player to do that. We have the bottom boards going at it, Josiah and Talia. Talia, this is her last chance at getting a point on the board, but it looks like it's already a little late. So what is going on here? We see the dark square bishops are traded off, and the H file is opened for white. Trades in the center. Castles opposite sides, and now F4. Just trying to pry open black's king. Proper transparency. Hello. It's a very intimidating emote that you shared with us. Okay. So, yeah. White has the rooks connected. Black behind development. Not a very safe king. Very safe king. More space in the center for white. Lines are starting to open up. Pawn push is a thing as well, with tempo and the queen. Yeah. Time difference as well. Josiah's only spent 3 seconds. Talia's down to 2 minutes. I think that's going to be a point for Mizzou. All right, pawn takes. E5 is the recommended move. Queen takes instead. Threatening mate in 2, by the way. You're going to lurk? All right. Hello and welcome. And thanks for the lurk. All right. I'm watching this game. I think is going to finish first. But we can quickly look at the other ones. We've got Robbie versus Raja. Both sides just over 3 minutes. Robbie hasn't castled yet. Have an awkward night for white. What up, Brody? Brody, I was waiting for you, man. It's hard to assess these positions without a strong player such as yourself in the chat. I was hoping you could help me out with, we got the battle of the 2900s. Here we got Antipov versus Bach. Bach is streaming, by the way. He's got his chess.com hat, same one that Brody has. Brody's also a streamer. Really, Bach and Brody, I mean, both their names start with the letter B. You could definitely tell they kind of take after each other's style, both on stream and on the board. We also have Nicholas Theodoru versus Chris Repka. 31-31. Another fellow 2K plus player, as you can see. And yeah, Theodoru, he's got 4 minutes to Chris's 1.5 minutes. A 3-minute time advantage in a 5-minute game. Some would say that's significant. So yeah, assuming Theodoru should be able to put Chris into time pressure, and then Chris is gonna blunder. Okay, so we see Chris in desperation. He sacrifices a piece for 2 pawns. And Theodoru just keeping up the pressure on the clock. So, yeah. Now, Chris does get 2 connected passed pawns. That is a valuable resource. However, is it going to be enough? Under a minute compared to over 4 minutes. Let's check back in with Talia and Josiah. Josiah's got her down to 20 seconds, and he's over 4 minutes. So, let's see. How is this one going to pan out? Knight looks like it's attacking the A pawn. And, I mean, if you take the A pawn, there's rook A8. So, all right, knight here. You're threatening knight takes B7. So, Talia pushes the B pawn. And now knight here, just blocking. Yeah, this is mate. This is mate. Bishop defends the knight, and the knight blocks the rook's defense. So Josiah gets a huge point for Mizzou. That's the first point of the round. And Josiah finishes at 2.5 out of 4. Decent score. That brings Mizzou to 7.5. SLU needs to win out. Mizzou only needs 1 more point. So Theodoru should be able to get a point for SLU here. How is Antipov doing? Antipov bringing it to Bach right now. This could be the match, ladies and gentlemen. Mizzou looking to take down SLU in the regular season. And then we're going to have to look at tie breaks to determine who has to play next weekend. And I feel bad for whatever team in Group B that's got to play either SLU, Mizzou, or U Chicago in round 1 of the playoffs. Antipov trading rooks, but hold up, the computer does not like that. Computer prefers G3 or A5 even, but instead going to trade rooks. Rook takes, you can win the A pawn, apparently. I wonder why the computer doesn't like this so much. Okay. Computer likes A5 again, as well as G3 again. Also, apparently, rook 7 to B4. So it doesn't like trading rooks, which is interesting. So, okay, did we have another result? Robbie beat Raja with a checkmate. So that's a huge point for SLU. Doubling on the H file. Oh, wow. Queen takes bishop. That's so brutal. That's lovely. Lovely queen sacrifice. Bach is very low on time. So this Bach has to win. Or at least get a draw. So he's got a hold here. Robbie gets to 2.5 out of 4, taking down Raja. SLU's down by 1. There's 2 games left. We've got Antipov trying to beat Bach. Bach is under 10 seconds. And just to check on the other board really quickly, we have Theodoru versus Chris. And Chris is very low on the time. Theodoru's advantage, not necessarily significant in the position, but he is up a piece. We see a rook sacrifice. So Chris gives up a piece and then a rook. So he's down a rook for how many pawns? Just 2 pawns? But the knight is hit. I don't even know what's going on right now. Both players now under a minute. Rook pins the pawn, but the pawn hits the rook. If the rook goes here, there's bishop here, but then there's queen takes. Queen check, getting out of the pin. Now, black can take back a piece. So, white is just up in exchange. Rook takes, sacks the exchange back, so the material is completely even. SLU can afford a draw. They can still go to overtime. So let's check back in with Antipov versus Bach. This is it. This is going to be the one. Antipov just needs to convert. We've seen him choke a winning position before earlier in the match. But white is up so many pawns. White's up 2 pawns. Looking to go up more. Yeah, the A pawn is dropping. Bishop takes A5, and that should just be 3 pawns advance. That should just be it. I mean, I don't know. The knight's attacking the G pawn, though. So not taking A5. These bishops are just dominating the knight. There goes the A pawn after the knight has let go of its control. So 3 pawn advantage. I mean, Bach needs a stalemate. He's got 1 second. Check. King back. Pawn pushing yet again. Bishop attacking the pawn. King goes over. The king is getting in now. 1 second. He resigns. That's it. Mizzou wins. A comeback for Mizzou. So Antipov loses the first 2 games, but comes back to win the last 2. This game also a roller coaster, but not gonna matter. Mizzou got the job done. There goes the rook. Yeah, Chris is gonna resign. What happened in this one? So they had some crazy sacrifices. Okay. But yeah, at the end, Theodoro prevails. So Theodoro, he goes a perfect 4 for 4, but that gets canceled out by Talia going 0 for 4, and the rest of the boards end up winning it for Mizzou. So very close match. Mizzou wins 8.5 to 7.5, folks. And yeah, so we have a 3-way tie for first. We're gonna have to look at the tiebreak score, which is your cumulative board points throughout the season between UChicago, SLU, and Mizzou. So 2 of those teams are going to be first and second, and one of those 3 teams is going to have to play next weekend and the wild card weekend. So yeah, congrats to Mizzou. I mean, hopefully they made it to a top 2 spot. We'll have to see. But yeah, awesome match. We saw Chicago beat Mizzou 8.5 to 7.5, and now we saw Mizzou beat SLU 8.5 to 7.5. So these matches are so close. And yeah, SLU and Mizzou, they even have better players later on. So luckily for SLU, this is just a regular season match. They are making it to playoffs, so they're not eliminated. But we see Mizzou came ready to play, and they're in good playoff shape here today. So yeah, good luck to both these teams in the playoffs. All right, that's it for now. We have a match in 1 hour. We have UCLA versus UC San Diego, so be sure to tune in for that. But for now, we're gonna take off and send you off on a raid. So stick around for that. Shout out to Count Live in the chat, the coach for Mizzou, checking in on his team. That's a very thrilling finish, being down from the start and then bringing it back in the last 2 rounds. So yeah, awesome stuff. Thank you all for watching, and thanks to all the players for playing, and we'll be back in an hour. All right, take care.